So, four of your favorite traveling black women went to Guadeloupe to celebrate Aquarius season. We flew JetBlue using points and only had to pay the taxes and fees, winning. We landed in Guadeloupe during the sunset. It was absolutely beautiful. It was a perfect welcome to their country. Our first stop was the airport car rental. We were upgraded to a Jeep, which was perfect for the four of us and our luggage. Now you know what's next, food. We found this local spot off the highway that was really good. We got our food to go and then pulled up to our Airbnb. We were greeted by two amazing hosts who waited patiently for us through the flight delay, car rental, and the food stop. The villa was absolutely beautiful. It was obvious that the host not only took pride in the home, but he genuinely cared about the guest experience. It was 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. Look at the detail in that bathroom, y'all. I mean, you can tell that this house was well taken care of. Now, the entire house actually runs on solar power. And not only that, but all of the water coming into the house is actually rainwater that is collected in 2 large barrels in the back of the home. Now, although the water was safe to brush our teeth with, he still was kind enough to leave us a 6 pack of drinking water, just in case. The home also had a washer-dryer combo and a deep freezer. Now, let's go outside. Now, one thing about me, I love a zen backyard, and this yard was exactly that. It was completely enclosed, which made it feel very safe and super private. I gotta show y'all what this looks like in the morning, but for right now, take a look at what this looks like at night. It was so peaceful, y'all. It was exactly what I needed. I should also mention that the front yard actually wraps around to the backyard. So there is no real front and back of the yard. It's just a yard. And even better, we were able to pull our car right inside. It just felt like a little oasis. We loved it, obviously. So day 2 was the boat cruise. So before leaving, I decided to get a quick video of the lawn in the daytime. Y'all, it was just as beautiful in the daytime as it was when it was lit up at night. Beautiful yard, beautiful landscaping. I mean, they outdid themselves. The attention to detail was great. Now back here, this is where all of the solar panels are, as well as the drums that collected all the water. And everything kind of wraps completely around, and boom, we're back in the front again, getting ready to go. Ooh, and over there, he left some liquor for us. Winning! Now let me be clear, those were just samples, nothing for us to be throwing a party with, all right? So, now to the boat. So we booked a full day boat cruise for about $90. The link is actually in the comments below. And we had a really good time. The only thing I didn't really like about it was the boat was a little bit cramped. I wish the layout was a little bit different because I kind of felt like we were sitting on top of each other. But the water, oh my gosh, y'all, absolutely beautiful. There were a couple times where we had to kind of dock and find our way to the beach from the water. But I mean, hey, if I could see my feet, I'm good. So this was actually our first stop on the cruise. It was an islet or sandbar, whichever you call it, and it just seemed to pop up in the middle of the ocean. There were a couple other tour groups there, but it was not crowded, so it was really nice to just sit and chill. Waves weren't really huge, so that was nice as well. We spent about 45 minutes to an hour, then got back on the boat and headed towards the mangroves. At the mangroves, they actually cooked our lunch right there on the boat, which I thought was pretty dope because this is our captain right here cooking. We ate some appetizers in the water, which was kind of strange because you have to get off the boat to go get your appetizer. But I mean, hey, I like it. The only thing I did not like was actually trying to squeeze back onto the boat to have dinner on the boat at this long table where there was not a whole lot of space. I didn't really care for that part, but the food was really good. After our day on the water, we headed back to our side of town. We ended up stuck in traffic because it was rush hour, but it was a great day, so it didn't even matter. The next day was our relaxation/work from home day. We woke up to a beautiful spread made by Keisha, who was up before the roosters and hard at work. Now, y'all, we are some hardworking women, let me tell you, but we do understand a work-life balance. We all work from home, so it was a great way to just close off our week before jumping into an amazing weekend. As for me, I love working outside. Even when I'm home, I work outside. So guess where I was? Back in the garden, working outside, just walking around every chance I got, reading email off of my phone, and even meditating a little bit, just trying to find my zen. After I was done, you know what I did? Took a nap, got right in that hammock and laid out. I was asleep for about a good maybe 2 hours. So after we were done with our responsibilities and a little relaxation, we decided to go out for a night on the town. Now I know y'all see that the sun is still up, but we are old, so this is what nightlife looks like for us. All right, mind your business. So we went to a brewery and to the marina. So we drove across town and ended up at a spot called Lacousse. It was a really dope spot. Like the artwork was nice, the beer was excellent. And they had a beer garden and food trucks outside. Now, because there were only small plates, we did end up having to go to Zoo Rock Cafe to actually get a real meal because we were still hungry. So the next day was Saturday. We decided to go downtown, but it was raining, y'all. So we stood on the side for about 15 minutes and just waited for the rain to go away. Once the rain went away, we started to explore. And let me tell you, I really enjoyed exploring this city. Now, Pointe-à-Pitre is the capital of Guadeloupe. So there is plenty of markets like the fish market. There's plenty of open grass areas where people were just chilling, fruit markets, and then of course, you've got the drummers that came out to play. Now, this is around carnival season, so you see a lot of this going on throughout the city. And let me tell you, my girl Keisha had a ball. Look at her. She is getting it, y'all. This is the epitome of work-life balance. Because if y'all remember, just a couple seconds back in the video, she was sitting at that table working her eyeballs out. And she was up before us the day before. So I gotta shout her out because this is what it looks like to have a good time and get your work done. You gotta be able to do both, y'all. What Marshall Mentano say? Work hard, play harder. Yep, life, y'all. Woo, she tired. Woo, all right, girl. Woo. Oh man, and then they tried to pull me in, but I was like, all right, chicken leg. All right, thanks, bye. After hanging around the drummers for a bit, we decided to continue exploring. We really wanted to find the spice market. We stumbled upon this colonial style square that reminded me so much of New Orleans. It's just crazy how European architecture has infiltrated the world, but that's another story. Anyhow, the spice market turned out to be better than we even imagined. Now, this is where I was able to put a little bit of my French to use. We got a lot of good spices, probably more than we needed, but who cares? We had a ball. Then we drove over to the Longueteau Distillery. The distillery was a little ways away, so guess who was asleep? Yup, the backseat drivers, knocked out. And now, what kind of friend would I be if I did not record them sleeping? So there are two sides to the island, Grand Terre and Basse-Terre. We're actually staying Grand Terre, and this distillery was in Basse-Terre. So that's why it was a long ride, but it was a really nice scenic route on the way there. So I enjoyed the drive nonetheless. When we pulled up, we noticed that they were doing some renovations. Now, if you're planning on going to Guadeloupe soon and you're taking some notes, just know that things may look a little different by the time you get there than what I'm showing you right now. So don't be alarmed. Just still put it on your list. It's a great spot. Now, I've got to say, my family's from Trinidad, but I've never seen this much sugarcane. I just wanted to break a piece off and chew on a stem. Anyway, here's the tasting room. You can buy bottles here. You can taste anything that you want. And most importantly, you can sign up for a tour. The tours are only $8 US, and they kind of show you the entire grounds as well as the machinery they use to process the sugarcane into rum. So it's really cool to see because they have more than sugarcane. They actually have a bunch of fruits and different things that are growing right there on the grounds. Our tour guide was really informative, just that my Google Translate was not cooperating. That's a different story. I gotta say, the tour exceeded my expectations. The grounds were beautiful, the rum was good, I was happy. Y'all, so we get back to the car and there's a frog chilling in the car. Now, the frog actually jumped in while we were in Pointe-à-Pitre, but clearly he stayed and laid low somewhere because we opened up the door and Kermit was like, hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all didn't get me no rum. So we flung him out and he hit the ground and kept running. So that was that. Anyway, keeping it going. Now, one thing I want to highlight real quick is driving around Guadeloupe was really easy. They drive on the right-hand side of the road, just like we do. So it was not a learning curve for us to get around at all. The one thing you will notice is that there's no stoplights, only roundabouts. That evening, we ended up back at the marina. There's plenty of options there, so we figured we'd just go walk around. But we ended up right back at Zoo Rock Cafe because we knew how good that food was the night before. The next day was beach day. It was also Lauren's birthday, so when we got up, before we left, we took a toast. But her and Keisha were taking too long figuring out the phone, so me and Danielle took a toast on our own. We then drove to the beach with one thought in mind: where do we find some good seafood? And I gotta say, one thing about my friend Danielle is if it's time to eat, she's gonna find us something to eat. And side note, parking was really easy to find, another reason to travel in the off seasons. So we found this cute little restaurant on the beach that had grilled lobster. Y'all, look at that lobster. It was delicious. You hear me? After we ate, we made our way over to the beach. It was just as beautiful as we expected. Now, our day was pretty long, so by the time we got to the beach, the sun was actually setting, but it was gorgeous. We had a great time, the water felt nice, and again, one of the perks of traveling on the off season is that it's not really crowded. That night, we went downtown to get in on the carnival season action. I've only ever been to Trinidad Carnival, so I enjoyed witnessing how Guadeloupe opened their carnival season. The streets were also packed with food trucks, so you know what we did, tried some more food. So we hung around for a while and we just watched different bands pass by. It was really neat. Now in Trinidad, we will call this liming, like just sitting on the side of the road with your drink, with your friends, watching the bands pass by, taking pictures, just having a good time, relaxing. Nobody's thinking about work, nobody's thinking about anything other than just being, just existing. So it was really nice just to watch this for a while. So after a while of hanging around, since the streets weren't closed, we got this bright idea to hop in the car and drive around and see what else was going on. Well, we got stuck in the midst of one of the largest bands in Guadeloupe. We ended up kind of following the band to the main square where Keisha was dancing the day before and just chilling, liming, kicking it with them. It was dope. The city was truly lit that night, like the young folks say. It was really a sight to see. Just chilling, watching people happy and dancing in the streets is my thing. Maybe it's the West Indian blood in me. It's what it is. It's culture. It's all love. It's fun. It's music. It's everything. And low-key, I find it really dope that the African diaspora is so connected through the sounds of drums. Like, oh, it just makes me smile. So the next day was our departure day. We had an afternoon flight, so we took the car to get it washed and of course refilled with gas. Then we went to the airport and that was it. We were out.